is August 7th. I want to welcome you to our special committee hearing this morning. Mr. Clerk, why don't we get straight to it? I'm joined today by Mr. Harris Dawson, so we do have a quorum. What do we have on the agenda?
Good morning, Mr. Chair.
Can we get the lights on? And we are joined by Mr. Weezer. In fact, if we're going to keep the lights down like this, could somebody like pass some wine around and get us some easy jazz?
Sounds good.
Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Chair, we have the following items on the agenda today. Item number 1 is designation of persons or organizations to write arguments for and against the November 6, 2018 ballot measure relative to establishing a municipal financial institution, Charter Amendment B. Item number 2 is designation of persons or organizations to write arguments for and against the November 6, 2000 ballot measure relative to realigning city and state election dates, Charter Amendment E. Item number 3 is designation of persons or organizations to write arguments for and against the November 6, 2018 ballot measure relative to realigning Los Angeles Unified School District and state election dates, Charter Amendment EE. And item number 4 is Chief Legislative Analyst CLA report and resolution relative to the city's position on the United States Census Bureau's proposed revisions to the processes of the 2020 census. Item number 5 is Resolution Wesson Koretz and Chief Legislative Analyst report relative to the city's position on provisions to the state's proposed rules and regulations for commercial cannabis activity that would exempt local regulation of commercial cannabis activity and authorization for the city's Department of Cannabis Regulation to file comments on those proposed rules and regulations.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so before I take the cards, let's vote on, I believe we can vote on items 1 and 2.
That's correct, sir.
Okay, so unless there's an objection from Mr. Weezer or Mr. Harris Dawson, we will deem items 1 and 2 approved. Okay? So,
pardon me, Mr. Chair. Would you like to indicate which would be the
okay, on item 1, we'll assign Ellen Brown to the yes side, Mr. Jack Humphreeville to the no side, and then on the next one, we'll have Fernando Guerra, yes, David Holtzman, no. All right? Let me call up Ms. McAllister. I saw her earlier. We'll give Ms. McAllister 2 minutes. Yes, ma'am. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm here to speak on items 3, 4, and 5. Item 3, this is about you want to write arguments for and against the November 6th ballot measure relative to realigning the Los Angeles Unified School District. I think that this council and this mayor need to take more control over the Los Angeles Unified School District, and I agree with anything you want to do with them, but I think you need to get involved because I found embezzlement and there has been a lawsuit filed against LAUSD for embezzling teacher retirement funds. Now, I'm a computer scientist, so I've got even a file layout to prove that they are changing codes of teachers and doing all kinds of things. Matter of fact, they're taking money out of teachers' paychecks and then they're sending it over to PARS, which is a non-teacher retirement system, and taking more money out, and they're pocketing the difference. So I have all kinds of proof. So I need this council to take control of LAUSD. Number 4, relative to the census, and I'm sure this is about adding whether you're a citizen or not. We've always had a citizenship question on the census. It was just taken off around, I think, Obama's time or something like that when he was president. But we want to know who should be in this country and who should not. And also, when we find that they're illegal, you get less representation in the state capitol and in Washington. Okay, so illegal aliens should not be voting. They should be out of this country. And then number 5, here you want cannabis regulations. You want to ignore the regulations that the California Department of Public Health wants to put on this marijuana, and you want to follow your own rules. That's what this says. Okay, you have opposition. So I say let the state, let the Department of Health take care of it, because Dr. Francis Quest Welsing said that they're putting chemicals in this marijuana to make it addictive. Marijuana has never been addictive. But I believe what you guys are selling, and I say you guys, the government in the city, I believe it has chemicals in it, and we need regulation. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. McAllister, as an aside, it was good to see you a few weeks ago, and I hope you had an enjoyable time. I did.
went to the festival.
Okay.
Central Avenue, had a good time. I love jazz. I'm still African American, even though I
No,
go
well, I just wanted to say I hope you had a good time. Rachel Torres, I saw you over there in the front row or second row. You were right there. Please come forward, Ms. Torres.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Rachel Torres. I'm the Deputy Political and Civil Rights Director for UFCW Local 770. Speaking on item 5, on behalf of our over 30,000 members, we wish to express our strong support for the resolution to oppose any provision with the Bureau of Cannabis Control, California Department of Public Health, and California Department of Food and Agriculture proposed rules and regulations for commercial cannabis activity that would preempt any local regulation of commercial cannabis activity. The ability of local jurisdictions to control and regulate business entities participating in their local area was central to the passage of both the Medicinal and Adult Use Cannabis Regulation and Safety Act and Prop 64. Any amendment or change to Prop 64 needs a 2/3 vote of the legislature or through another ballot measure. We believe local control must be sustained in regulating licensed entities who want to participate in local markets. This is tantamount to ensure good jobs, social equity, and a thriving economy. So we thank this committee and this council for your forward-thinking and progressive leadership.
Thank you, Ms. Torres. Okay, that concludes public comment for the day. So unless I have an objection from one of my colleagues on item 3, we will also assign Fernando Gara to the yes side, David Holtzman to the no side. On item 4, we'll adopt the CLA report and resolution. And on item 5, we will adopt the resolution. Members, any comments? Okay, so without objection, those items will be deemed approved. What additional information is before this body?
Mr. Chair, just for the record, item number 4 will be in council today at 10 a.m.
Okay, thank you. So with that said, this meeting is adjourned.